끝! 끝!
Guys, we have two of the most elite pound for pound biggest fighters on the planet right now. Naoya Inoue, he's going to be arriving on May 2nd, defending his 122-pound title against his fellow countryman, Junto Nakatani. It's going to happen at the Tokyo Dome, guys. I mentioned it's all going down May 2nd, right around the corner, and you can watch it on the zone. I mean, this might sound a little bit crazy, but Naoya, the monster Inoue, I mean, he could probably win his toughest fight ever. I mean, he's got an impeccable record of 32-0. And I mean, right after that, we might even have another bigger fight than just Naoya versus Junto. We're probably talking about Bam Rodriguez right after that, guys. I can't wait to share the details. There's so much going on right now, so much drama in the boxing scene. I'm super excited, super elated. Eddie Hearn's all over it as well, too, that there's been talks between his camp in Inouye's camp about the possibility of the monster taking on Bam Rodriguez. It's absolutely surreal. 2026 is going to be on fire when it comes to the matches that we have. So welcome back, guys. Welcome to Duality 7X. I'm your host, Shiraz. Let me get right into it, guys. Naoya, the monster, Inoue is about to step into probably one of the most dangerous fights of his entire career. And it's all going down. He's taken his 32-0 perfect record against Junto Nakatani's perfect 32-0 record. And one of these guys is going to come out the winner. One of these guys is going to come out the loser. It's happening again on May 2nd at the Tokyo Dome. But behind the scenes, guys, there's already been talk of something even bigger. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you guys about. Hence the YouTube thumbnail. You probably see Bam Rodriguez, Jesse Bam Rodriguez right in the middle of these two Japanese boxing icons. And trust me, guys, this isn't just hype. This fight could essentially shift the entire lower weight division in boxing into absolute turbulent chaos. And I'm going to get into why in just a second. Guys, if you guys want to support this channel, there's an amazing way you can do it. If you scroll down to where it says thanks, take a look. If you click on thanks, you could donate whatever denomination you're comfortable with. That definitely helps us out with our channel, helps us stay in business, and allows us to be able to pump out these amazing videos for you guys. So let's get back to the action, guys, and I want to get right into the action, right into the juicy stuff that's right in front of us. Inoue the Monster is undisputed at 122 pounds, guys. He is pound for pound the best fighter on the planet. Probably one of the most dominant champions that we've seen in years. I'm so sad that I didn't get an opportunity to be able to meet him. I tried to reach out to his camp and stuff, and I was in Japan just a few weeks ago. I mean, for months I've been trying to reach out to him. I couldn't get hold of him. But anyways, guys, he's going to be taking on Junto Nakatani, who's also another elite Japanese fighter, also another P4P real threat, guys. Man, Japan is pumping out some incredible elite boxing talent, guys. And you know what? This is all going to be about defense, guys. This is going to be legacy versus legacy in front of a massive, massive home crowd at the Tokyo Dome, which I heard is a sellout. It's going to be completely sold out, guys. It's already sold out, guys. And look, here's a detail that I think a lot of people are missing, that Inoue has been dropped before. I mean, he's 33 years old. You got to take that into consideration. Junto is, I think 28 years old. And what's really surprising is Bam Rodriguez, and I'll get into it a little bit later, is only 26 years old. But anyways, Nakatani hits harder than most guys around. And a lot of people can confirm that. Top trainer Robert Garcia recently pointed out that he said that Junto has real power, and he could potentially give Inoue some serious problems. And this is what a lot of people are speculating, right? Because the fact that Inoue did get knocked down didn't mean he lost the fight. But I mean, things happen in boxing, right? I mean, sometimes people slip, sometimes people just get caught off guard. That jab, that hit, that punch right to the temple or the jaw. But look, when normally, when you get a fight like this, okay, that everybody is talking about, right? And when boxing, like you have to understand, boxing doesn't work like that anymore because you have to understand, like there's a lot of power plays happening behind the scene. For instance, and I'll get into the knockdowns, but for instance, you got Eddie Hearn, right? Eddie Hearn has confirmed that talks are going on between his camp and Inouye's camp, and not just casual conversations either. Like he said, if this goes down, it is going to be one of the biggest fights in boxing. You just have to let that sink in for a second, guys. We're not talking about Mayweather versus Pacquiao, one, or Mayweather versus Pacquiao, two. Inoue is pound for pound number two. Bam Rodriguez, pound for pound number four, right? These two guys, these two guys are the elite of elite in their class. Okay? Two different weight classes, but both in their prime. There is, however, a 7-year difference that separates between the two. Now, this is not just a big fight. This is a defining fight. This is the fight that's going to be able to answer a lot of questions for a lot of people. And I'm not just talking about in a particular area of the world, I'm talking about globally. Because this is the reach that Inoue has, okay? And I find this absolutely fascinating, guys, because this fight is not necessarily going to depend solely on skill. We're talking about timing, we're talking about leverage, and then you also have to factor in the whole business play that comes along with fights like this. Bam Rodriguez is currently scheduled to fight Antonio Vargas upcoming here on June 13th. And that's going to be a great fight for him. And that's also going to answer a lot of questions, by the way, because Vargas, as you know, has a 19-1-1 record. He's got 11 wins by way of knockout. That's not going to be an easy fight for Bam Rodriguez. Not at all. Vargas has got something to prove, because you don't think Vargas is paying attention to all the headlines right now, right? You got to understand, Bam is moving up to bantamweight just for that fight, okay? So right away, you've got a fighter who's essentially jumping divisions. He's managing risk. And to top it all off, he's building value, right? But guys like Antonio Vargas is sitting there in the, behind the scenes, and he's like, man, everyone's talking about Bam Rodriguez taking on Inoue. What about me? What about me? Why is everybody overlooking me? You have to understand something. If Bam wins, his stock is going to go right through the roof. And suddenly, that Inoue fight, it becomes even bigger financially. But not just financially, guys, strategically. Because let me just kind of put some context to this. Needed that. Antonio Vargas is going to make it very, very difficult for Bam Rodriguez to come June 13th. But even before then, a month earlier, like literally, guys, just a few weeks away, all right? Um, we are going to see history in the making. They say boxing is unpredictable. And we almost never got Inoue versus Nakatani. We almost never had that. A lot of people, December 27th, when Inoue fought his last fight, there were talks about Nakatani and Inoue, right? Nakatani had a very close fight against Sebastian Hernandez. If you guys remember, it could have gone either way. It could have gone either way, guys. And if that result flips, I'm telling you guys right now, the entire conversation is going to disappear. And when and I'm talking about the same for Bam as well too, because if he loses to Vargas, that super fight is gone. Bam's stock is going to go down, and Inoue. I mean, depending on who wins between Nakatani and Inoue, one of these guys is going to be the sole king at the top. So we're really watching right now. History in the making, guys. It's going to be an absolute chain reaction, because one loss for any of these guys on the is going to change the landscape of boxing as we know it. Okay, roadmaps and paths are going to collapse for the loser, and for the winner, They're going to collect all the spoils, guys. And I'm super excited about this, guys, because uh, I've been talking about the monster for quite some time. He is a phenom. He's absolutely incredible. I really wish I had a chance to go visit his gym at least, but I don't think even like because of the whole distance, Japan, North America. Um, I wonder like what happens if both of these guys win. I'm talking about Inoue and I'm talking about Bam, right? Because Bam, technically Bam has another option, all right? And he could technically like after his fight against Antonio Vargas, he could technically go from bantamweight back down to 115 pounds and essentially try to become the undisputed at that weight class, right? So this means and he's got options. He doesn't need to do this fight, but that also means for Bam that he's going to have to fight the winner of Willibaldo Garcia, who's got a 23-6 and 2 record, 13 KOs. Who's going to be taking on Andrew Maloney, who's a 28 and 4 and 18 wins by way of knockout. So now you've got a real split. So if he does end up doing that fight, guys, then essentially I think Bam is trying to chase legacy there at 115 pounds, and he's going to try to become undisputed in that weight class and truly chase greatness. Um, and he chooses Inui and tries to mark his legacy that could completely define his career. He would be great at 115 pounds, undisputed. I'm not questioning that at all. But he would be greater if he takes on the monster and wins, because then it's just really Bam's name that everyone's going to be talking about. So I want people to just I want that to just kind of sink in a little bit. I want you to just kind of digest that, because we got to be real. Inui versus Bam is probably one of those very rare fights that, look, both of these guys are super skilled. They're elite fighters. They're at the top of their division, and the unbelievable, uncanny thing is they're continuing to still develop and evolve into even better fighters, guys. That almost never happens at the same time. These guys are both the talking pieces of any kind of conversation, no matter where they go. If both of these guys were in the same room, that room would self implode because they wouldn't know who to talk about more. This is absolutely dangerous for both of these fighters. Inoue brings pressure, bottom line. He brings pressure, power, precision. He's absolutely skilled. His timing, his footwork is impeccable, guys. Bam also brings a lot of speed. He can hit you through those unorthodox type angles. He's probably got unbelievable, just as good as Inoue, his boxing IQ, his level of understanding, what to do, what not to do in that ring, his perception. He knows that ring inside out. He designed that ring, okay? I mean, this isn't a mismatch, guys. This is high level versus high level. And both of these guys are perfectionists at their crafts. They know the blueprints of that ring, every single angle, nook, and cranny. They know what to do, when to do, how to do, okay? And if you're Junto Nakatani, you're going to want to stop this conversation, these conversations that are going on, because you want your name to be in the mix against a guy like Bam Rodriguez, not the other. So fights like this, guys, are exactly what boxing needs. Look, I'm not talking about protected records here, no safe matchmaking, promoters trying to play the safe way and safe game for not only themselves but for their athletes. These are real fights, guys, and real fights between elite fighters who've got everything to lose, okay, but more to gain, all right? And when you add, like, when you start peeling back the layers, let's talk about layers actually for a second, guys, because look, there is one big layer that not a lot of people are talking about. You've got global influence now. You've got figures like His Excellency Turki Al Sheikh, Riyadh season. I mean, part of the Saudi public fund. This guy's getting involved in all of these big time decisions, guys. Whether it's the WWE, whether it's the UFC, Zuffa, you name it, Turkey's name is everywhere. And that means more money, bigger platforms, fewer excuses, guys. So if this fight doesn't actually happen, well, guys, it won't be because it can't happen. If this fight doesn't happen, then it's most likely because it's because someone chose not to take the risk. Um, I think we're on the precipice of something absolutely incredible, historical. A lot of people are talking about history related events or historical related events like the UFC Freedom 250 White House card that's happening on June 14th. That's there to celebrate the president's 80th birthday, but America's 250th birthday. What a historical card that's going to be. But May 2nd is going to be absolutely historical in itself as well. Two of the best prime elite level athletes, Inoue versus Nakatani. You know, if Inoue wins and if Bam wins, if Bam beats Antonio Vargas on the 13th of June, we're probably going to be looking at one of the biggest fights in modern day boxing. I'm not even kidding you guys. I'm already super excited against Nakatani and Inoue, but can you imagine Inoue and Rodriguez? Then again, guys, this is all speculation. Nothing is guaranteed, all right? And that's what makes this moment so interesting. I'm just I'm just blown away. I'm just blown away. I'm humbled to be here, to be given the opportunity to watch these guys, to watch these legendary fighters. Wow. I wish um I wish I could fly down to Tokyo and to watch this fight play out in real time because I want to be there in person to see history in the making, guys. And if not this fight, I want to be there when Rodriguez and Inoue potentially fight. It's going to be absolutely surreal. So, guys, look, I want to thank you guys for joining us, guys. I really want to hear your comments on this. I mean, there's a lot of fans for both these guys, for all of these three fighters. Okay, they're absolutely incredible, guys. Um, I mean, the fights that are about to happen on May 2nd between Inoue and Junto Nakatani, and the one that's happening on the 13th with Rodriguez and Vargas, it's going to really define the landscape of boxing, and it's going to lead to probably one of the biggest super fights that we have been privy to in quite some time. And I mean, I mentioned this before. Inoue versus Nakatani is already probably one of the biggest fights in boxing that we're going to see this quarter. But the real story is going to is what's going to start to unfold after this fight, because again, if Inoue wins against Nakatani, that's a storyline in itself. All right. And everyone's going to be super elated and excited for the monster, and he's gonna just stake his he's gonna put his flag down on his throne as probably one of the greatest fighters on the planet, and then he's just going to be waiting on the wings to see what happens on June 13th between Vargas and Rodriguez. And make no mistake about it, guys. Nakatani is an incredible fighter. He hits hard. He's fast. He's super fast. He's also 5 years younger. And I mean, anything can happen, guys. Absolutely anything can happen. And when you mix in the business side of all of this and what's going down and what this means for boxing's future, I think it's absolutely we're living in like absolutely exciting times right now. So, anyways, guys, this is a little bit of I just kind of touched on the surface. I didn't even do a deep dive, but I just kind of touched on the surface of where the sport is heading, and super excited to find out what's going on. I want to hear your thoughts, your comments. Please tell me what you guys think. Are we on the precipice of something magical, something really great, or are you not even interested in either of these fights that are going to be happening? I want to hear from you guys. Please smash the like and subscribe. Hit the notifications so you guys never miss a beat. Guys, if you want to support this channel, please, there's a hype button. You can hype this video up. And if you click on the thanks, you can donate whatever amount you're comfortable with. And that just goes to helping us continue to evolve, build on our studio, get better equipment, and continue to pump out these videos for y'all. So thank you so much for sticking around. When you get a chance, please check out one of these two videos for your viewing pleasure. Today, the pleasure was all mine. I look forward to catching you guys in tomorrow's video.